Pamela. I am the Group HR Director for the MUI Group. We have about 800 employees spread across our 5 main businesses, namely food, property development, retail, hotels, and financial services. So the HR team consists of around 30 people. And I also have the admin, group security, maintenance, and corporate communications teams reporting to me. My main role revolves around our people and culture strategy, as well as overseeing the HR operations. In my previous life, I was a civil litigation lawyer with Sean Delamore, but made a career switch in 2008 to HR and never looked back. Let me start with a funny story. I've always been petite. So when I was young, my primary school teacher asked me if I was sure I was in the correct year. He said, maybe you should be in standard 1, not standard 3. Even at that tender age, I felt a little bit offended. I would always remember my mother's words, never let your size limit you from doing anything. Powerful words that I live by every day. I always think of myself as a person first, and then a woman. Being in the corporate world, one has to think of herself as an equal, but with a softer touch, which I feel is an added advantage. Well, in my view, gender balance in the workplace is to ensure that both parties have equal opportunities to do the same type of work and enjoy the same benefits as each other. Well, I've been fortunate enough not to have experienced any sort of gender discrimination nor inequality throughout my career, so I guess I've been very blessed. Well, the topic of gender is hardly an issue at the MEI Group. For example, we have a good mix of both men and women in our key management team, as well as head of companies and also the ExCo teams. We even have an all-women ExCo team leading one of our businesses. So I believe like all of our employees are aware that as long as they are capable, have the right skills and mindsets, there will always be opportunities to grow in the organization. Okay, so I believe that Gen Zs add a lot more color to the workforce. They do not conform to the norm or traditional ways of working, and they value flexibility to contribute, to showcase their creativity, and also they move quickly. I think Gen Zs were brought up by Gen Xers who have pioneered the digital revolution. Therefore, Gen Zs have always had information at their fingertips. So in that sense, this generation did not grow up playing typical gender-specific roles. I believe we can safely consider them as individuals rather than gender-based. And I believe we should also be gender-blind, right? The biggest impact would be that they are not afraid to push boundaries. They act fast, they feel fast, and they move forward. So they will always throw in some healthy competition in the current multi-generational workforce. Well, as long as I've been here, gender has never been a criteria in our hiring process. And I'm happy to share that we mainly focus on candidate skills, experience, aptitude, and attitude when hiring. Employers need to remember that a lot of women in the workforce today wear many hats. A wife, a mother, grandmother, daughter, employee, manager, while some men also play a lot of roles in this workforce. As an equal opportunity employer, certain flexibility must be made available to accommodate the various situations, such as flexible work hours, working from home options, caregivers leave, flexible benefits would really attract both genders. I believe the question is not to just achieve gender equality, but to recognize deserving individuals who are able to contribute, add value, no matter what their gender. In fact, we see mothers going home on time to be with their family, and then there are some who stay back, right? We also see single women pulling long hours in the office, as do men. So it's really up to the individual, their performance and their deliverables. How does it affect society as a whole? I believe that when everyone acknowledges that women are capable of doing almost all types of work men can do, and society understands that the lines between the traditional gender roles have blurred, then we would be able to achieve and accept that regardless of any specific gender, both men and women are able to contribute and excel together. In any intelligent society and modern organization, there would not be a need for any rules or reminders that gender, race, religion, or business situation should even be considered in a work environment. Well, as I mentioned, any individual with the right skill sets, capabilities, and mindset should be able to assume any position in a company. Having rules just to ensure consistency is akin to forcing a situation that is not natural. It's a step towards the right direction, right? Some countries already have women leaders and are doing very well. In fact, I believe that there should be a percentage-based quota instead of a fixed number. For example, in our organization, that number happens to be 50-50. Firstly, there's always the HR department an employee can confer with for any employment-related issues, including any form of discrimination. Be brave to go for what you want. Firstly, you have to have a dream. Know what you want and plan how to get it. Then find ways of achieving it. I would encourage them to reach out to people who can help them in their journey. You may fall many times, but always get up to try another time.